ETH is bleeding again, taking the rest of the market with it. But no, we're going to talk about the big news in regards to Ripple, XRP, Garlinghouse, Schwartz, price talk at the end.
I say lots of naughty things, so here's your warning.
Now, if ETH would just get its act together instead of melting faces, the market could look a little bit better. But oh, I've got big news for you, Ripple XRP fans. Before we get into it, though, you know the deal. You, the viewer, matter most. That's why your comments come first. Well, my wife does when she answers my Snapchats, but you come first otherwise. Andrew says, I'm disappointed. The 67,000 pump did not happen last week, but all is not lost. The big pump is coming, 15th April. Not blocking Crypto Sensei because optimistic BS that is coming from him makes me laugh. Your channel is definitely the best for keeping our feet on the ground. Thank you. James Lester says, so if Sailor sells out, wouldn't the end of BTC and the beginning of the alts begin? Okay, here's the problem. If BTC melts down, we know it's going to take like the entire market with it. ETH is taking the market with it, especially the alts out here, okay? So if BTC really crashes, and the reason people are talking about that is because in an 8K filing from MicroStrategy, Sailor said, look, we might have to sell our BTC to keep the lights on, to pay our bills, to pay our employees. Yeah, it's pretty bad. So the thing is, yeah, the alts can rise, but the problem is like BTC could definitely lay some big dumperoni on the market. I mean, imagine if BTC went to 50,000. You could cut the prices of these alts in like half. Yeah, that's not good, girlfriend. But I'm excited for the news. I'm going to share with you. Lovely Karan says, no wonder Sailor in the loss kept buying at 100K plus. He did. He bought tons of BTC at 100K. I'd rather buy like El Salvador did. Because like my doctor said, 1 BTC a day keeps the doctor away, something like that. Choo-choo, Sailor's BTC. Yeah, El Salvador's BTC strategy is to buy 1 BTC a day. So they didn't really ape up into the craziness, and they're keeping things way more consistent. Track channel member, thank you for the support, says, happy Tuesday, Klaus. Well, happy Tuesday to you, kind sir. Y'all ready for this? Let's do it. Bitcoin sitting at 77,211, ETH 1479, XP at 184. We got price talk at the end. Sol clinging on to the 100 at 104, while XLM's hanging out at 22.3. That's not good, everyone. BNB at 555, and oh, the market, yeah, it's still going to feel some pain from some macros. What do we got going on? Oh, it's the XRP ETF. Okay. Now, a lot of players out there pumped this as, oh, bro, this is great for XRP. Oh, this is awesome for all of us. It sucks for us. Do you know why it sucks? Well, number one, there's a lot of hopium regarding it, okay? Lawsuit. Everyone's like, oh, XRP ETF. Remember I told you what's the main thing you gotta look for, girlfriend? Listen to this. However, Bloomberg ETF analyst James Seifert clarified that the products would be based on swaps, not futures. The main difference between the two models is accessibility. Swaps are traded privately through over-the-counter OTC providers to limited investors, while futures are offered via public exchanges. So guess what? Doesn't help us out at all. That's why I didn't share the story as like a big mega blockbuster news when it first came out, because this isn't one of the 3 that I've confirmed to have an effect on the exchanges. When they buy OTC, that does not help us out at all. That benefits who? It benefits Ripple, not XRP. You want them to buy it through the exchanges. Ripple CTO says a defining moment for XRP as Ripple completes its largest deal ever. Let's see what David Joel Cat Schwartz has to say about Ripple and their biggest buy. 1.25 billion, by the way. Yeah, they're going after what? Institutional stuff. Check it out. Ripple's acquisition of Hidden Road is a defining moment for the XP Ledger and XP. The prime broker clears up to 10 billion and processes up to 50 million transactions a day on various traditional rails, waiting up to 24 hours for these transactions to settle. Now imagine even a portion of that activity on the XP Ledger. That's exactly what Hidden Road plans on doing, not to mention future use of collateral and real-world assets. Well, we're going to be able to track that because we're going to be able to use like XRP scan, XRP Ledger, all that kind of stuff, and see if it actually has an effect. Now, what does Brad say about this? Because they bought Hidden Road for 1.25 billion. Okay, so let's learn. Today is from Brett Garlinghouse. Ripple announced the acquisition of Hidden Road for $1.25 billion, the largest deals in the crypto space, one of the largest. But the price tag isn't what's most important. What's most important is the once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to crypto to access the largest and most trusted traditional markets. I do like this. Again, this is a bigger benefit to Ripple, the company, private shareholders than it is to XRP holders, but it is still good news altogether, right? I filed this as in the it's good. You might not see direct price-related action to it. Speaking of price action, and by the way, didn't you notice that besides me mentioning a little bit of the ETH pulling down the rest of the market erroneous early in the video, I've kept this Ripple XRP ecosystem centric. I didn't even waste your time. That's worth the sub. Seriously, if you haven't subbed to the channel, that's worth the sub. All right, check it out. Price-wise, we had a little bit of pumperoni earlier in the morning, but we couldn't get there, girlfriend. I told you, we're not going to be able to pass through $2. We need to see what happens with CPI data first. That's coming out on the 10th. I'm going to have a live stream regarding that. Join us for it, okay? Chat's always legit, and we're going to go over the data right away. These two candlesticks tell the story. This was a high of 197, and about an hour and a half earlier, 197.3. So we were right there. So you had two signals right there saying, yo, we're not ready to breach anything higher than 197 and change. So the market's like, okay, cool. We're going to go on the way down. So then we did go on the way down, as you can see right here. Check out these two candlesticks. Now, mind you, these are 15-minute candlesticks, okay? The low on this one, 180.54, and the low on this one, 180.91. So the market's like, okay, we'll support you above 180 for the near term, but we're going to reject you on the 197 play. So where are my alerts set? Put me at $2 on the high. Put me at $1.80 on the low because I want to see if we could breach through that 180 all the way. We did get a little support right above it. But if we breach that 180, then where does that cascade take us? Because we've seen as of late, XRP has gotten a low as what? 161. So you're looking at this going, gosh, near term, we did go all the way through 161. We have gotten rejected around the $2 mark. We aren't really looking too good with CPI stuff, right? Like the rumor has it that CPI data might be a little hot still. Yeah, that's not cool. Tariffs, we're still trying to work our way through that. So there's a lot of things out there that are leaving investors kind of cautious and apprehensive, and that's why you're seeing the softness in the XP price. So what is this doing though for you? Well, let's zoom out just a little bit. Okay, let's go to the 1 day. Now watch what happens here. We start talking about opportunities for people to sack sub $2. Right? I mean, we've talked about the $2 support time and time again. Will XRP keep providing these opportunities? Well, like I said, until we get CPI cleared up, we're still waiting to get the SEC guy confirmed, which is absolutely nuts. And we need some ETFs coming in that actually buy from the exchanges, not this OTC crap. So right now, we got some negative pressure on XRP. You can see a declining highs right here. You can also see a declining lows. That's not good either. But it makes sense. Why? Because we've been waiting for regs, we've been waiting for strategic reserve news, and we've been waiting. And the key is waiting. And the crypto market doesn't like to wait, hence the price softness. But that is what everyone, an opportunity to buy at a discount. I'll be honest with you. By this time of the year, I wasn't expecting CPI data to play such a pivotal role in what's going to determine the near-term future. I would have thought by now we would at least put a quell down, the inflation a little bit, and we would be looking at more things like, geopolitical stuff, maybe a little bit of trade stuff over there, maybe a little bit of Middle East action. You know what I'm saying, right? But we're still worried about the macros of CPI, and right now it's playing such a crucial role because the Fed just came out and said, yo, we're watching that report because our meeting is coming up in like 28 days. So yeah, we want to see what happens with that. And I want to see it too. So I'll be sharing it with you live. Now, in terms of Ripple ecosystem news, Ripple's making some moves. It benefits the Ripple and private shareholders, okay? It's not me taking a negative part on it. But when you look at it, them with their purchase today, it puts stuff on XRPL. Again, we talked about like the gas-a-roni. Like you're not going to get rich on the gas-a-roni on that. So it's cool for the ecosystem. And hey, and if some players out there want to start using XRP for settlement, awesome. Just don't be over-the-counter BS, just like the ETF was. And yet, as I searched this story, there were so many people out there, oh, this is mega bullish for XRP. Boom, we're melting faces. All this kind of crap. And I'm sitting here going, you guys and gals and blue-haired giraffes, they're buying over the counter, which doesn't help us out at all. So how is that a good thing? But whatever. That's just the crazy world of crypto. So Yeah, let me know what your thoughts are down below. I'll read them. I got a stretching session I got to do later. I might do an elliptical session later. Depends on how I feel because I cycled for an hour this morning. So that's life. Electrolytes. Sign in the background that's going to make things bright. It says what, everyone? It says choo-choo bitches. I will show you if you don't believe me. I'll even move my microphone out of the way like a good person. Holy crap, I'm going the wrong direction. There you go. Choo-choo what? Choo-choo bitches.